What's up, guys? All right, so we're going to do another Thrive in 5. So basically, we had markets in a huge consolidation for the month of April, right? First 3 weeks inside bars here that you can see. Last time we did this, we were right at that same level that we pretty much held for the past 2 weeks. So it wasn't too much to say the past couple weeks, but this week we did have some action, okay? Big tech had all of their earnings. So we have the likes of Microsoft, Tesla, Amazon, Boeing, Meta, etc. Which is why you'll see here, right? We had a big move to the downside at first earlier in the week. You can see here Monday, inside candle, Tuesday, big gap down, Wednesday held, and then Thursday, Friday liftoff after Meta earnings, okay? So, we were carried up by Google, Meta, and Microsoft. However, we were held down by the likes of stocks like Tesla, as you can see here, right? Tesla had a big move down as well. Didn't clear weekly highs, but if you take a look at the weekly, it does have a nice bullish candle, right? So we're sitting on a nice bullish hammer. I wouldn't even classify it so much as a hammer, right? We didn't get the full move up from the open to close fully bullish, right? But we did hold these 160, this 160 level that we were at last week, and the one that we were at right around March, the middle of March, right? So if we can see it move back up in Tesla, that'll be good for the S&P. But we'll go over that in a second. So let's take a look again at the QQQ here. Now QQQ, right, we did have this level, marked out as a breakout that we hope to see, right? We basically had a bull flag here, like we said, and we ended up closing strong off of earnings. Now, the only thing is next week we do have quite a few things, okay? We have PMI on Monday, ISM, and construction, jobs on Tuesday. Not too big things here until we get into Wednesday, okay? So Wednesday is when we are going to hear the Fed give their update on rates going forward, okay? We'll also hear from Powell when he speaks at 2:30. Now, next week also is a big week because we still have some big players left over to report earnings. Reporting earnings next week is Apple on Thursday after the close, as well as Coinbase, which could be a move as well for crypto, just to get an idea where it's at. Qualcomm is in there. AMD is early in the week on Tuesday, and Uber is Tuesday as well. Not too many other names, I think, that would be big market movers, maybe Moderna. But those are going to be the big players, right? Apple and AMD. So AMD is Tuesday, Apple is Thursday. Now, if we do see some upside in those names, right, we'll easily have a clear breakout, okay? But it will be dependent first on AMD Tuesday, Powell Wednesday, Apple Thursday, okay? So it's very hard to tell exactly, which way this market will go. But the good thing is that we do have a good technical look, right? We have a clear bullish breakout here. Next area to be watching out for would be this level here, right? This 333 level, probably come up towards this 330. So not too big of a move, right? But we do know that this was the previous spot that we were at early 2021, right? When we made almost a double top here before breaking out to new highs. So, I do expect this level right here, and you can see volume shelf is pretty heavy here, 340 to 330 roughly. That would be the upper targets for QQQ if AMD and Apple do have good earnings. Now, we go to SPY, it's a little bit of a different story, right? You can see on the weekly, it's it's still looking good, right? But we didn't even have like a clear breakout. The chart's pretty choppy as well, okay? Now it does look like like a potential double top. But as you can see here, right, we ended up closing this past week very strong. So this looks good to me. The monthly looks great as well, right? This is the first month that we're closing up above this range. However, it was on low volume. So, I think a lot of people were waiting still for Apple to report earnings, and we do have the Fed speaking. But again, upper targets for SPY would be, around this 428 range or so, lining up here. And then downward target would just be, last week's low. But again, we do have to wait for Apple to report, wait for the Fed, see what happens, and that's pretty much going to be it, guys. So watch out for Apple again. Biggest mover should be towards the end of the week. Very close to all-time highs, right? Only about 78% off. So we'll see what happens. But everybody have a safe week. Make sure you guys don't hold anything too much into Wednesday, Thursday, and we'll See you next week.